feels like Too Faced have been releasing an awful lot of products of late, but at least with this particular release, they're kind of playing to their strength in that I feel like the best products that they actually offer are their foundations and concealers. So this release, in that particular sense, is fine. It makes sense to me. However, I have an awful lot of feelings on this one and I am going to get a smidgen ranty. Massive thank you to Makeup Release Radar for this one. Let's jump on into it. They've added to their very successful Born This Way line and they have included this new foundation. It's the Healthy Glow SPF 30 Moisturising Skin Tint. I think that makes an awful lot of sense. A lot of us like more of a skin tint sort of thing. It's very like flattering on a lot of skin tones. They say it's going to give you 24-hour wear and hydration. That's grand. I mean, personally, I'm not going to wear a foundation for 24 hours, but I know some people do. The coverage is medium and the finish is natural. Now, I want you to keep all of that in mind. Usually when you have a medium coverage, that means that you need a couple of shades to really go in there. Like, it would make sense. They've really gone for the buzzwords. If anyone has seen any of those Il Maquillage ads, they're all like, hey, we have hyaluronic acid. That seems to be the thing that everyone is talking about today. But they have included some hyaluronic acid along with alpine rose and coconut water. But you're probably looking at the screen here and kind of going, Teresa, there's only 18 shades there. Where are the rest? That's most of them. There's only 5 missing because they have 23 shades. So that's where we are. And if you can't tell, this is actually the thing that I'm a little bit miffed about. And I know I'm coming from a place of privilege because I'm super white. But I just don't get it. Like, I don't get why there's such a poor shade range on this, particularly when you look at Too Faced the brand. They have so many assets at their disposal. It's not like it would totally bankrupt them to come up with additional shades. They have those in their existing lines. What are they doing? And here's the thing, it's really weird when you actually see this foundation paired up against their existing ones. Because they did up this really helpful little chart. It's kind of showing you their existing foundations and saying, hey, here's the sort of finishes that you're going to get. They're all kind of very similar in terms of their coverage. So each of them are going to give you medium. With the Born This Way and the Born This Way matte, you're going to get a medium to full. Whereas with the Healthy Glow, you're going to get a medium buildable. So that would kind of make you think, well, once you get to medium, you kind of need to be very specific on your shade matches. And they've been very helpful in putting together a little bit of a table so that you can figure that one out. So if you're like me and you're fair, this is the table that you're going to actually be looking at. And you can see here you have your original matte. They have 12 shades there and they've boiled it down to about 10 shades. So they almost have it shade per shade. They've understood that, you know, based upon your skin tone, you're going to need a very unique match to make sure that it's understanding and addressing all of your undertones and the different variations that you'll have across these skin tones. Makes sense. We're almost at a shade per shade thing, right? Now, I want you to remember this. That's 10 shades, right? There are 23 shades. We're almost at the halfway point. Like, half of the shades that they are actually releasing are for fair people. This is where it starts to break down a bit. When we look at medium skin tones, it isn't quite as inclusive as it was with the fair undertones. You can really see that they've kind of gone, hey, if you're sand and golden in the original matte, you can have sand. I don't know about you, but I feel like golden has a very different undertone than sand, so it can't possibly work out. And then they're saying that warm sand is going to accommodate praline, warm sand and honey. Again, in my mind, very different undertones here. So they've boiled it down to having your 12 shades from the original in matte and kind of said, hey, you just need these 9 shades. Which, in my mind, not really. In general, they've accommodated quite a few, but it's not fantastic. It's not as good as they were doing with the fair ones. And you're kind of going, Teresa, is that the main thing? No, it gets worse. I mean, look at it. Tell me what you think is wrong here. They have 12 shades in the original matte and they went, screw it. We just need 4 shades. Seriously? You think that the shade Chai is going to suit people who have used the shades Mahogany, Spiced Rum and Hazelnut? You think that Sable is going to fit people who have used Ganache? Are you for real? Are you serious? There's so many different undertones here. Again, they have 23 shades, four are for a deep skin tone. What in the almighty, loving, sweet, merciful Jesus / Zeus / insert particular deity here actually is going on? I don't get it. Like, on the surface, this looks like a relatively interesting launch. I've been really into foundations of late. And hey, guess what? I can find my own shade match. But that's, who cares, right? There's lots of other people. And it's really weird to me that they literally, when they made those tables, didn't kind of go, we might have made a little bit of a boo-boo here. They're all like, hey, we're making this table to be super, super helpful. Really? Really? Who is on your board? Who is like approving these things? Because I feel like it's just a lot of people who are my skin tone that are kind of going, well, I've been accommodated and that's all that really matters. What on earth? It's so strange to me. And the thing is, this is already available. You can get this in Sephora right now, apparently. What? I swear to God, if they come out with more of these, the deeper shades, as an afterthought, that is just, I don't even know what to say at this point. It's so ridiculous that a brand that is this big is doing this, and nobody at any point kind of went, maybe not. Maybe not. I have this over on my Instagram stories right now if you want to vote on it. I have given the option of like terrible shade range, just as an FYI. But let me know what you think down below. I am interested as always.